Greetings and salutations, fellow gamers. Lukey P here with another episode of Let's Play Banished. So I'm picking up pretty much where I left off last time. I think this may have happened because the game isn't always paused when I first start it up. But yeah, it's we're kind of picking up where we left off last time, which is building and getting ready to trade. So let's unpause it and see what we can get up to today. So that's our second. So what I may do is just drop that to 2, put that to 2, and make 4 in total. And how much firewood have we got? $1,600. Let's ask it to put another 1,500 in there because yeah, I think we'll probably produce it quicker, and if not, we've got coke fuel to provide our homes with warmth. Just see what they've got in there. So they've got firewood. Is anybody actually using coke? Yeah, coke fuel instead of firewood. So some of them are. We've got an absolute load of iron now as well. Too much iron, one might say. I might even want to tweak iron production down, actually. What can we do in the way of tinning stuff? Yeah, I need building materials for that as well. There's not a whole lot I can do at the moment, I don't think, other than and I guess maybe I could put some more into this. Could ramp that down and maybe put a few more into that. Yeah. I mean, we have got sufficient clay now, actually, thinking about it, to, that's what we got in the very end of last episode, isn't it? So we can start, we could put this, of course, on the river. But this basically, what shore houses do is they take up space which you could use with an industry trader, and that's just so much more efficient in the long run, and probably even in the short run, to be honest. Let's just trying to remember where I make so glass works are there, brick works are here. tried pinning that one before, haven't I? Yeah. Put some brickworks down. Probably start thinking about maybe even building a church. That's just huge, isn't it? But it would fit in there, wouldn't it? Let's pause that for now. Probably don't need to build it just yet, but it'll give us something to think about. Start clearing out that path as well. Blacksmith has died of old age, okay. A merchant has arrived at a trading post. We're not really interested in any of those, are we? But we want them to come back with our clay and sand. Yeah. Dismissed. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was that one we've had before. So this one's going to be our clay and sand one. We're going to basically make it so any merchants who come here, we have them always bring sand and clay, and that should be enough for us to have for a little while. Bricks. Yeah. Kinda need to get people in this area, I think, working on things, so we might need a small market to help supply them. some put like a storage barn there, and put some housing here. Yeah, that'll do. On the old furnace fuel front, still got loads. Lumber we've got loads of as well, so we can change you to firewood. So yeah, still making good progress. Looks like we've got another trader coming along. What have you bought us? Bricks, marble, building supplies, and a fire bundle. Well, one building supply isn't that bad because it can get us like 39. Yeah, okay, that'd do. Right, so every visit, what do we want this guy to bring? I think I also want clay and sand actually from you for now, because that's probably the most important things we can have. Okay, and we may switch some of them back later or change them to be logs. So having bought that one building supply, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a large smithy. I like the looks of that one ever so slightly better, so let's go to that one. Okay, we're going to upgrade that. We're going to use our one building supply we just bought to upgrade that, because I'm hoping when I upgrade that I can get to steel tools, which is better than the iron tools I'm making at the moment. But let's see how we go. It's -1 in early spring, so not amazing. But yeah, okay. Snow is still falling. We've got a lot of building to catch up on, because we've got wooden houses here not built. We've got a small market up. Oh, that was the wrong button. Right. Good way to jump around the map. Use those shortcuts. So that's going to have a market, which is going to be a work in progress. These wooden houses are going to go down here, so that we don't have to have the people who are working here travelling from goodness knows where. Well, still pretty close, but a fair way away. Let's just clear this out here. Clear So we're getting our bricks built. Now what did we need for building supplies, remind me? Really, I need glass, so I do need sand. Okay. Yep. What I may do is remove that structure now. Occupied and occupied. Not yet occupied. Now it's occupied, and with a couple. So this is useful because it means that basically those will start producing more children, which means everything greatly grows eventually. Oh, stone cutter crushed by a rock. Shame. Deaths and replacements there, but still got plenty of people. Another stone cutter was crushed by a rock. Wow. A merchant has arrived at a trading post. What have you bought? Sand and clay. Most excellent. Well, let's see how much we can get. So 1,300 of year. Might as well go for the whole lot actually. And this is the beauty of processed goods. So there we are. I trade 833 firewood, of which I've got plenty, for a load of sand and clay. Trade. Greatly appreciated. There we go. So now we can start really ramping up production of some of this stuff. So let's put down some more. We can go through the middle of the brickworks. Let's put down some so I'm going to put that there, but that's solely to measure out the size of storage area we want. be perfect, but we can work with this. So that should give us that, and then we're going to have the ability to make building materials because we're going to get glass works. So what they're doing now at the moment is they are, if you look at the inventory here, you can see we've got all this clay and we don't want any of it, so they are picking it up and dropping it off there. And presumably they're going to do the same with the sand. So I should see them come in, pick up, yep, dump it somewhere, direct into the market, okay. Thinking about it, we probably should have prioritised building these ones first, shouldn't we? Because actually I could just ramp up production by putting another person in there. Say a merchant is alright. Oh, that was early. That was what I traded with earlier. And how are we doing on food production? Yeah, so we're about 2,000 clear, which isn't great, but it's okay. Wow, we've completely filled that up. So this is really inefficient now, this area, because we've basically filled it up. Go and find our merchant. So he's bought me 666 sand. Don't need 200, I need like 175-ish, is that right? Buy a few more iron ores, that's... yeah. You, I think I'd like you, because we're probably going to have enough sand. I think if you could bring logs, that would be excellent. The reserve of tools is low. Log, iron and coal, awesome. Let's get 2 in there because we want to really ramp that up. Because we're really low on it. Ironically, our blacksmith doesn't have a tool. Okay. actually glass we want. Okay. Clay and sand. So how are we on clay and sand? Have we used much? Not really. But while it's being delivered, there we go. Could actually drop that to 550 and trade 200 herbs because we got plenty of herbs as well. So let's do that. And this should give us enough sand and clay for the foreseeable future. And basically what will happen is it will turn up every time with this because I've ordered it all the time, and what I can do is each time it turns up then I can start assessing actually do I want to buy it, you know, do I have a lot of firewood, do I have a lot of spare clay, etc. Reserve of tools is low, so those guys need to keep working hard. I think I need to get the farm supply down at this point really. Let's let them finish building these. So for some reason it's taken 729 sand over to the stockpile over here. Lovely. Let's get 100. Produced any glass as of yet. Here comes logs. So see, this is the great trade. You can basically double your money if you've got enough woodcutters. That's going to be how much more logs, and what I need are more woodcutters. farm supply needs to go down sooner rather than later, because I think we need to get our farming up and going. I mean, or we could put down a food supplier and again trade these units of firewood for lots of food. So if you think about it, 1500 units of firewood, 4 each. I could trade for 6,000 units of food at 1 each. Glass 32, right, so it's time to put you to work. Producing way too much iron still, but maybe this so lots of things we can do now. We're starting to get building supplies in, so we can make that school good. Oh, we've had a few deaths of old age, so that's taken 2 out of the stocks. That's why this has dropped a little bit, but yeah, we should still be alright. Still got 0 building supplies, okay. A merchant has arrived at a trading post. There's not a whole bunch there we really want, thinking about it. But you are going to be our clay and sand man, so we want to tell you to bring that every trip. Dismissed. No need to trade with you for that particular example. Building supplies 1. I need 2. Well, you know what, I reckon by the time it's deconstructed and everything, we'll be in need of some more anyway. Okay, so you are now up and running, so we want possible, because I think you're going to be the one buying a lot of stuff for us. Firewood we need more of, really. Which means really what we should be doing is starting to set up our firewood mass production area. So we want wood storage here. And what we probably want is another industry supplier, so hypothetically let's put another one of those down. Okay. And then we want a bunch of wood storage. To pause each of you because we don't actually have the things to build you yet. We want a bunch of firewood storage. Which again we can't necessarily have just yet. And then we want a bunch of sawmills. No, it's F which changes the type. Yeah, something like that would do. Salt, don't really think we need you just yet, but let's just trade you because we can. Sand we've probably got plenty of actually. Let's just get 500 to level out. And then we're going to make you our wood production or supplying people, so let's dismiss you. So we got these guys going to be bringing in sand and clay, and these guys will bring in wood for me. And what in effect we're doing is we're importing logs for 2. We're cutting them up into firewood, probably multiple pieces for 4, and selling it back. So we're in effect finding a way to sell our labour for something which is useful to trade for. My only slight concern is I'm just disappointed with how little firewood has made it to some of the what I might do is say you don't actually need them. Put one in there because we've got a lot of logs there, haven't we? So furnace fuel appears to be pretty steady. Bricks and glass are kind of where they are. Building supplies at 3. You guys need to get a move on with this basically here. That's where the salt's gone. Okay, so we're putting up houses and expecting people to move in. There we go, there we go. So what's a real shame now is that I just can't quite fit all the school kids in, because I wanted to upgrade that to be 80, which would have really seemed me right for a while. But if I do that now, I'm going to kick some of the kids out of education, which isn't what I want to do. So it is what it is. I think we need another school. Okay, well our clothy area is now up, so we've got different things we can build, but unfortunately at the moment we don't really have anything to build other than hide coats still. So we'll leave that for now. We've got enough building supplies. 3. We can at least build one of them, so that when we do this sawmill work, we can just walk opposite to build the fuel, or we can just walk opposite and store it in the fuel storage area. And probably the same with this one here as well, actually. Probably wouldn't hurt us to have a fuel storage here either. So that guy doesn't have to go so far to drop his firewood off. And a merchant has arrived. Oh, it's our food trading one. So we've got some pigs who have arrived. What I'll probably do is I'm going to leave that till next episode, because I think I will probably want to wait a bit, get enough to get 4 of them. The 4 pigs will go into there, and then I need to build a ranching area, all of which requires a bit of sitting and staring and planning, and it's pretty late where I am, so I think I'm going to wrap this episode up there. So it's been a pretty productive episode. We've put a bunch more houses down, we've finally started to get our building suppliers working, we've got our clay and sand importing working, as these numbers will show. We're producing bricks and glass, Yeah, generally it's all going okay-ish. I may even put that up by one just to get some more building supplies quicker. And we've started to build specialist warehouses and started to put down the beginnings of our mass export strategy, which will be import logs, chop them up, sell them back as firewood to buy useful things with. So yeah, hopefully this has given you a good bit of an introduction into Banished. There's a whole bunch more to do, a whole bunch more we'll probably do over the next couple of episodes, but actually, you know, I need to have a think about where I want this series to go, because as an example of the game, I think I've kind of given a good overview, and hopefully if any of you like this style of game, by now you've seen enough to think about buying it. It's kind of a, I mean, it is a city builder, but it's also got some survivalist elements, particularly the start. I mean, if you want a real challenge, I did off camera put the environment to very harsh, which is a colonial charter mod setting, and basically all my people died within a season. That's how brutal that game was. Didn't even have enough time to get any firewood before they were expected to live in houses, and it was yeah, it was really hard. So there's lots of ways you can make it into a bit more of a survival game. This has got a fair climate. I could easily have it on harsh, but actually looking at this, you see it's late autumn and it's -3 and snowing, so if I was crop growing, this would kill a lot of crops, I think, at this stage. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you as always for watching. Any comments or questions, do let me know. I'm Lukey P, and I will see you again soon.